Hi, good morning, friends. So, as you all know, today is a day of spoken English. So, welcome back to the world of English, and I'm going to start with a very beautiful thought for the day. It goes like this: be a voice, not an echo. God has given you your own voice, you don't need to repeat what is said by others. So, let us begin. Today I'm going to give you the second capsule of spoken English. First of all, let me ask you a couple of questions. How was your yesterday? Did you go out anywhere? I hope not. The government has ordered not to go out, right? The lockdown has been extended. Did you watch my video? What time did you wake up today morning? Did you complete the homework which I gave you in the last session? Yeah, you must have guessed well. I have been asking you questions in the simple past tense. I was asking you questions about your activities of yesterday. So today we are going to learn the new tense, which is simple past tense. But before that, let us have a dose of vocabulary. Today I am going to give you some beautiful vocabulary. This is known as ornamental language. So let us start with some descriptive words. What are descriptive words? Descriptive words are nothing but adjectives. We call them adjectives in grammar. So I am going to give you some synonyms of some words which we use every day. But because, as I said, you don't need to echo, don't use the same words repeatedly. For example, if you want to say their home or their house is large, instead of that, you can use words like big, colossal, enormous, gigantic, huge, massive, substantial, significant, or tremendous. These are some synonyms of large. Yeah, definitely all these words cannot be used instead of each other all the time. Now say for example, if you want to say that their bungalow is huge, you will definitely not say that it is significant. Significant will be used in some other manner, but the meaning remains the same, large. Say for example, if we want to say that he played a big part in his life, or my mother plays a big role in my life. So instead of big, here I can use the word significant. My mother plays a significant role in my life. So these are the synonyms of large, but can be used in different manners. You cannot use the same, all these words for the same word. Now I cannot use the word massive for a house. Yeah, that we will learn in the times to come. I will be teaching you which words to use where. Now the second word is small. Small means small is the opposite of big. So we can use words like diminutive, little, miniature, minute, petite, teeny, tiny. See, the pronunciation of both are different. One is teeny, the other one is tiny. Then wee and slight. So these are some synonyms of small. Instead of small, you can use these words. It will look very beautiful when you are talking. See, your language has to be impressive. And certain words are very childish while talking. So you can use better words to make your language more impressive. Now let us see which words we can use for the word called happy. Happy means, as we all know, these days we are not happy because of the coronavirus. So the words which we can use are content, satisfied, blissful, joyful, delighted, ecstatic. See the pronunciation. It's ecstatic, thrilled, glad, and pleased. Now the opposite of happy, which is sad. Most of you would be feeling sad. No going out, no meeting friends, but it's okay. It's only for a temporary phase. So let us see the synonyms of sad: miserable, gloomy, dejected, depressed, disheartened, blue. I had given you a idiom for blue. Unhappy, wretched. It's not wretched. Don't pronounce it as wretched. The W is silent. The pronunciation goes wretched and heartbroken. So these are the words which you can use to show that you are sad. Now let us see some words for good. So how are you today? I'm good. Instead of that, you can say I'm feeling great, superior, fantastic, incredible, excellent, amazing, remarkable, wonderful, and marvelous. Now the opposite of good, that is bad. You can use words like awful, terrible, horrible, horrific, dreadful, outrageous, shameful, despicable, and disgraceful. I hope you start using these words in your speech. Trust me, it's going to make your speech more impressive. And you talk to impress, right? See, you don't need to have the accent of these foreigners. Maybe English is a foreign language. Yes, I can understand that. English is a foreign language. It belongs to the Britishers. But whenever we talk, we don't need to use their accent. We can have our Indian accent. We don't need to roll our tongue or roll our eyes while talking. You speak correct English, you use the vocabulary in the right manner, you use some good vocabulary, and your English will be very impressive. You don't need to copy their accent. Everybody will have their own way of talking. We are Indians, let us talk English in the Indian style, okay, but with the correct pronunciation. Now, as I said, today I am going to teach you how to write and speak in the simple past tense, a very widely used tense. Okay, first of all, let us understand where we use the past tense. As the name suggests, we use this tense to talk about the activities which are over before the time of speaking. For example, I gave you some descriptive words today, though I have finished this activity a minute before, but still I am going to use the simple past tense. So as the name suggests, simple past tense to show past activities. The verb form which we are going to use is the past form. You remember I said we have 3 forms of verbs. In our language we are going to call them verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. Infinitive, past tense and past participle. And the helping verb that we will be using is did. Now this helping verb is very important for you guys or for everybody, because we have to hear this word did. Whenever a person is asking us some questions, we have to realize, we have to hear whether he has used the helping verb do. As in my last lecture I had said, if you hear the word do in the question, you have to answer in the simple present tense. For example, what time do you wake up every morning? So I heard the word do. So I will be using the verb 1. I wake up at 5:30 every morning. But now see the same question I'm asking in a different tense. What time did you wake up today? What time did you wake up today? So here I have used the word did, and that's why you have to understand that we have to use the verb to while answering. I woke up at 5:30 today morning. So we are going to practice this. Say for example, if I want to say my son made this project last night, I have used the word made. I have used the word made. I completed my graduation in 1992. Oh, that is years back, 1992. But still I will be using the simple past tense here. It does not matter whether the activity is over before a minute, before a month, before a year, or many years back. Because I'm talking about the past, I will be using the verb to. I hope this much is clear. Whenever we talk about the past activities, we use the simple past tense. Now here is the golden rule. You remember, fluency is not about speed, it is about accuracy. So this rule you have to remember while talking or while writing. Verb to is used only in the affirmative sentence and the who interrogative. For example, I understood the first question, but I didn't understand the second one, because I have used the word didn't. I cannot use the verb to here. I cannot say I understood the first question but I didn't understood the second one. I hope this is clear. Even if you are asking question, did you got good marks in your previous exam? This is completely wrong English. Wrong English. I have to say, did you get good marks in your previous exam? Did you called me yesterday? No. I have to ask, did you call me yesterday? But when we are talking, when we are asking questions with the who, you have to use the verb to. If I ask, who did give you my new mobile number? It's wrong. I have to say, who gave you my new mobile number? So here with who, you will be using the verb to form. Who gave you my new mobile number? Who awoke you today morning? Okay. So now let us learn something new about simple past tense. As I said, simple past tense is used to show past activities. Here I would like to say simple past tense is an incomplete tense. In Gujarati also, many of you might be knowing Gujarati, almost all of you. In Gujarati we call simple past tense as an incomplete tense, adhuro kaળ. It is without a tail portion. When we will learn a translation, I will be telling you. But here let me give you an example. મેં ગઈકાલે તમારો વિડિયો જોયો. See, we don't have a tail portion. મેં ગઈકાલે તમારો વિડિયો જોયો હતો. No, the tense changes. Here I say, મેં ગઈકાલે તમારો વિડિયો જોયો. So, simple past tense is an incomplete tense. I saw your video yesterday. And because it is an incomplete tense, it is used to show for describing incidences. Because while describing, you have to use more than one sentence. You cannot describe an incident in one sentence. Writing stories and essays. Let me give you an example. If you tell me that, ma'am, describe your previous Sunday. So I'm going to talk about my previous Sunday. Now, as I said, I had taught you in the simple present tense also that whenever you are describing something, the sequence of your sentence is very important. The sequence of your sentences. You start with your first activity and you end up with the last activity of the day. Please notice what I have written. Describe your previous Sunday. I usually wake up at 5:30 every morning on Sundays. Sorry, I usually wake up at 5:30 every morning, but on Sundays I wake up a bit late. Now here I will use the simple present tense because I am talking about a fact. You see the word usually? Usually word is used with the simple present tense only. I usually wake up at 5:30. So last Sunday too, I woke up late at around 7 a.m. Now I come to the simple past tense because here I am talking about one Sunday. That is my last Sunday. Like every Sunday, I got ready and went to church. In the church, I attended the Mass from 8 to 9 a.m. Mass is the prayer meeting which we have in the church every Sunday. After the Mass, I returned home. And made breakfast. We had breakfast and then I started my usual Sunday activity, that is cleaning the house. Yeah, that is an activity which I have to do every Sunday, and that's why no videos on Sunday. Okay, next is I spent almost 2.5 hours in the process. I spent almost 2.5 hours in the process. Then at 12:30 I started preparing lunch. At 2 I took lunch with my family and cleaned the kitchen. At 3:30 I finally got time for my favorite Sunday activity. Yeah, any guesses? My afternoon nap. I love to have a nap in the afternoon. Usually the naps are for half an hour, but as I belong to Rajkot, I took a nap of 2 hours. Nap is the sleep which we have in the afternoon. We go to sleep in the afternoon. That is known as a nap. In the evening, I went out with my son for shopping. Neither my son nor I am a shopaholic, but we enjoy doing window shopping. Yeah, usually I don't like to go for shopping. Unlike girls, right? Okay, next one is we spent some time in the mall, took a light dinner, and returned home feeling quite content. Remember the word content? Happy, satisfied. Okay, and the last is after watching TV for some time, I called it a day and went to sleep. To call it a day means to wrap the day and go to sleep. So this is the way you will describe your past activities. The first sentence has to be with what time you woke up, and the last activity has to be what time you slept. Clear, guys? Okay, now let us start. I am going to give you some homework as usual. I hope you people are doing your homework. If you want your homework to be checked, you can send it to me. Click pictures and you can WhatsApp me. I will be checking it personally and giving you comments. Your first activity is describe your previous birthday. And the second one is write an essay, a day at a picnic. Because both these activities are of the past, you will have to use the simple past tense. Okay, now some speaking practice. Let us see how, if somebody asks you a question, how will you answer? I will be asking you some questions and I will also give you some answers. At home, you can practice this with your friends, siblings, or anybody. Or if you don't have anybody to, because this is a lockdown period, you might not be having your friends around with you. Ask the question to yourself and answer. Doesn't make a difference, right? Why didn't you call me yesterday? I didn't call you yesterday as I was a little busy. From where did you buy such a gorgeous dress? I bought this dress from a boutique near my house. Which mobile did your sister gift you on your birthday? My sister didn't gift me a mobile. She gifted me a gold chain on my birthday. Lucky me. Who informed you about the extended lockdown? I saw the news on TV and also heard it from my neighbors. Kindly notice I have used the simple past tense because the question consisted of the word did. I have used verb to. Everywhere. Everywhere I have used verb to. Instead of don't, I have changed it to didn't, because the question was which mobile did your sister gift? Hope this is clear. Shall I ask you some more questions? With whom did you go to Goa last year? I went to Goa last year with my colleagues. How long did you stay there? Means for what duration did you stay there? We stayed in Goa for a week, and on our way back, we took a halt at Mumbai for 2 days. How did you go to Goa? We went to Goa by train, from Goa to Mumbai by bus, and from Mumbai to Rajkot we came by air. Now the sentences will get a bit longer. I want you to practice. Your tongue has to move fast. No, I am not talking about the speed. I am talking about the little pauses that we used to have. We went to Goa. No, you have to say we went to Goa by train. Now see, I am not asking you to increase your speed. We went to Goa by train from Goa. No, we went to Goa by train from Goa to Mumbai by bus, and from Mumbai to Rajkot we came by air. Did you bring anything for me from Goa? So can anybody tell me what is the specialty of Goa? No, I am not talking about the thing that you are thinking. We are in Gujarat, it's a dry state. Yes, I brought roasted cashew nuts for you, and also a carrot cake and a plum cake for your children. Cashew nuts are very famous from Goa. So these are the questions which you can ask to yourself and then answer, or you can also give practice to your siblings or your children. Okay, so now for some listening practice, I will be asking you some questions and you try to answer them. Write down the answers in your books. I hope you are able to hear me properly. I will try to speak in a clear voice. If at all you find my speed a bit fast, because it's a video, I won't be able to see whether you have finished writing or not. You can pause and then write. Listen once, press the pause button, write the answer, and then you can hear the next question. So let us start. I'm going to ask you questions in the simple past tense. Who awoke you today morning? Did you have your breakfast? What time did you sleep last night? Did you understand all my previous lectures? What time did you call your friends yesterday? With whom did you practice your spoken English? When did you last meet your friends? Oh, that must be before 15-20 days. When did you last meet your friends? From where did you buy this shirt? Have you written? Okay. Why didn't you watch my last video? Did you save my mobile number? Right guys, so this was your listening practice. I hope you have written the questions and you can also write down the answers and start speaking. Okay, now I will give you one tip for practicing spoken English. You cannot read the answers in your mind. Whenever you are practicing spoken English, see, this is spoken English. You need to speak, you need to give practice to your tongue. Your tongue has to move. Even if the voice does not come out, you don't want to disturb others, right? So whenever you are reading a book or something, make sure that your tongue is moving. See, if you want to build your body, muscles, you cannot look at the dumbbells. Just looking at the dumbbells is not going to help. You have to pick up the dumbbells and start practicing. The same way, spoken English, just by reading in your mind, you will not be able to speak. So guys, start giving practice to your tongue, start speaking. I hope today's lecture will be very useful to you. Thank you all for listening very patiently. I have given you my number. If at all you need me, you can call me. If you are not subscribed for the video, please do it. Press the like button. Leave some comments if you want, or you can also send me the comments on my mobile. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Stay home and stay safe. I'll see you in my next video.